What's up, Revolver Gaming Network? My name is Bond, and we're here to do another indie game review. Today's game, we're taking a look at Hypernova Escape From Hadea by ActaLogic. Now, first off, thank you to our friends at ActaLogic for allowing us the opportunity to do this review. Here at the network, we are all about building relationships with the game devs because we want to get these indie games out there. You know, some of these that we love, that we've been excited about, and now we get to share that excitement with you. Now, I've had my eye on this game for a little while now, and it's your standard RTS tower defense, you know, style gameplay. It is releasing on PC September the 6th, so that's today. So you want to make sure you get your hands on this if you do have a PC, because by far it plays a lot like Civilization, where you're gathering resources and all of that fun stuff. And the graphics on this, as you can tell, look astounding. I actually am impressed with the graphics of this game. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna jump right in. So as you saw in the intro, we have to start a new civilization colony on Hadea, which is one of Hadea's moons. And so we're gonna plunk our ship. We're not even gonna move. We're gonna plunk our ship right here. You can move the ship around, try to find a suitable location. But we've got two of the key resources right here. We've got Zap and we have Omniphone. Now these two resources are some of the key resources that you're going to need. So what you're going to do is you're going to click, first off, once you get landed, you're going to click on the mothership. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want a driller. That driller, and this is one thing that I love about this game, is you actually see it being constructed, which that little detail is one of the things that sold me on this game when I first started playing it, once I first started learning about it. It's absolutely awesome. You don't see a whole lot of tower defense or, you know, style games that you actually see it being constructed within construction. You know, normally you see you'll put them down and you'll see them constructed, but it's just not the same. So first thing you want to do is you want to get your driller out and you want to start mining one of the key resources. You got three. The other one is Malicite, something like that. It's the red ore. So now we're gonna work on getting a crib, which is basically your barracks. We want a grub hut, which is for food, and then the hydrator, which is for water. These three are essential. Obviously, if you want to create a new world, you need somewhere to live, you need food, and you need water. This purple stuff that you can see is fog. Obviously, and there's something you can get on little later on down the line, where you stick it down and it'll remove the fog at an area of effect, like most buildings would. So this is just this barracks. The crib is finished, so now you just plunk it down anywhere. Now the controls on this, it's basically point and click essentially. So as you saw right there, to move that, I did a left click and then I did up, and then it brings up this radial menu, which is absolutely awesome. Your right click allows you to turn the camera, scrolling the scroll wheel on your mouse, zoom in and out. If you if you click the mouse wheel, then you can move the camera. You can also freely move the camera with your arrow keys, which is a little bit different. You know, normally as PC players, we're used to WASD for everything. So that's a little bit different, but it's easily manageable to where you can either use the mouse to move the camera, or if you're feeling a little bit lazy and you don't want to actually click to move the camera, then you've got your arrow keys. So now we're just about done. We're just about done with the hydrator. Hydrator takes like 0 time to actually get it. Now, clicking on the crib, you know, you see down here, this was actually read as well when you first put it down, because it says require food, the grub hub, and then it also requires the hydrator. Again, because you need food and water in order to start a civilization. If you don't have those two, if you don't have these three basic necessities, then your colony is going to fail right out of the bat. So now what we need to work on is we need to work on an armory. So we'll get that going. The armory will allow us to get turrets, which we're gonna start off with 6. We're gonna put 3 over here, and we're gonna put 3 right along here as well. Because that'll get us some decent coverage. If we've got the resources, then we may put 1 or 2 right down here as well. But for sure we're going to want some turrets right here, because as soon as this driller gets done, which is just about done, we've got about 180 left of this resource, then we'll move the driller over here to this location. We'll need turrets to protect that. So you see, like I said, I love this aspect. You can actually see it being built. So it's basically, this is basically civilization in space, which is absolutely phenomenal. I've played a little bit of Civilization, not enough to, you know, necessarily say that I'm an expert. I've actually just gotten my feet wet with it, so to speak. We're going to put the armory right there, and then we will go ahead and we will start building some turrets. Like I said, we'll build 5 to start with. As soon as 1 gets done, then we'll queue our last one. So we're going to start off with 6. Put 3 over here. And we're going to put 3 right down here on this. Because pretty soon we will be getting attacked. Now this is on the easiest mode, just for the purposes of this review. Just so that way we just kind of get a feel for it. And then if we can let's see here. Yeah, the purifier is what you're gonna need. Yeah. That's basically saying that these paths around here are predictable for the enemies. They'll actually be able, like, you pretty much know where the enemy is going to be coming from because of these paths. The enemies will be able to follow this path. Now, if you notice, I also overlapped these, and I'm going to be overlapping these a lot, just so that way it helps keep an overall area of effect to actually help cover everything. So yeah, we're just about done with number 4. So like I said, we're going to place 1 right there. So we'll place 1 right about here, because that'll help cover a little bit of that area as well. And then we're going to put 1 right down here as well. So you want to cover all of your bases as much as possible, because you never know where the enemy's going to be coming from. We'll need to put a couple right over here. And we're actually going to go ahead, and I don't have enough for that. This is your tech. This is help you research your different technologies, which I don't have enough right now because I built 6 turrets. You see that turret, like, see, you've got little drones that come off the mothership, but they only have a certain radius that they'll go out. So definitely having those turrets there was definitely helpful. Did I not make 6? Thought I had made another one. We'll see if we can kind of get a handle on what one of these enemies looks like. You saw a little bit of them right here. You can kind of see them right there as well. They're called Pixers. Oh, I did make 6. Alright. So we're going to put... We'll actually put this one right... Put that one right there. That way it kind of helps keep right here with this path. Now this is as far out as you can zoom. This is as far out. You can zoom in pretty close to kind of help her. Alrighty, so the driller is done. So we're gonna move the driller right over here. Like, see right there, you can see that little enemy right there. So now we're gonna move the driller and put it right over here. So there's 16 left in that, but we're gonna go ahead just so we can kind of get another little bit of materials right over here, and that'll help get these resources back up enough to where we can actually, you know, build some more stuff if we need to. Oh, there's another enemy. And see that drone? Those drones are going to work, but that one right there is already taking care of it. We'll build another turret. We're gonna stick it like right here to help cover this zone. And as this turret's building, we're gonna kind of wrap up here. If I had to give this a rating, I'm gonna give it a rating of an 8 out of 10, because by far you normally don't see anything like this well developed, especially by an indie game developer. Usually you kind of see a little bit of definite things that need to be tweaked, but this is near perfect. I would like to see upgrades at a later date. So like, this is your tech tree right here. We don't have enough to unlock any of the research right now, but as far as it goes right now, like, that's all stuff, and I'm sure those upgrades will help, you know, upgrades with the turrets, with, you know, the digger, you know, all of that. Once again, an 8 out of 10 for me for Hypernova Escape from Hadea. Hope you've enjoyed this game, and definitely if you have a PC, I do recommend it. Like I said, I've had my eye on this game for quite a while, and I absolutely love it. So until next time, this has been Bond with Revolver Gaming Network. Game responsibly, game with a buddy, and we'll see you in the next video.